Let's have court part 13. There's somebody else on the hook here. Google. They took my Google account away back on that first channel takedown. That started with two people. Not started with two people, ended with two people, excuse me, because there were millionaires trying to shut me down too and ruin me. A musician friend of mine and his fiance at the time I was friends with, I made a joke about a girl I had met and spent a little time with, who liked his music better. She wanted to hear my music. She knew I sang, or I don't know how it came up. She wanted to hear mine, and so I said, "Oh, I got this friend too. He makes music. You want to hear it?" So I sent a joke about this girl. She ended up liking his music better, which is fine. I don't care, Your Honor. I'm not hurt by that. I was the one in the room with the girl, so I wasn't offended. Anyway, so I sent a joke to him. "You stole my girlfriend. You're terrible, blah, 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 blah." And then at the very end, I put, "I'm just joking, man. I had a great time. We had a great time. She liked your music better, blah, blah, blah." No curses, no nothing like that. Just a joke. I thought he was my friend. I was making a joke between two dudes. Dudes. At the end, I put, "I'm just joking. We had a great time." His fiance took that, got on Skype with me because I couldn't even afford a phone bill at the time. I was using Skype. Pretended she was him, contacted me. "Why don't you have a phone? Blah, blah. This seems strange." "No, it doesn't, woman." Liar who's pretending to be someone else. "No, it's not strange at all. I can't afford a phone bill. You know how I started out here. I can't afford a phone bill, so I use Skype." A lot of people do that. Very handy Skype back then. So she proceeded from there to get me in an argument with her and insult me and say I was ugly and I can't believe you can get a girl and all that stuff. So I proceeded to tell her things women have told me over the years. One woman told me on the phone, "Women lick the screen when you're on." I didn't say that. I didn't ask her to say that. I just repeated what one woman told me on the phone to this woman calling me ugly. She proceeded to ugly this, she wanted something she could use to shut me down, to ruin my endeavor, to hurt me financially. That's what she was looking for. That's why she pretended to be my buddy on the phone. Second, she asked why I don't have a phone. I knew it was not my buddy. And I just couldn't believe it, that I was going to lose this friendship over some jealous woman that wanted to hurt me in some way, financially, reputationally, etc. I will sue their ass, don't worry. I have not forgotten about them. I never forgot about them. And I have their names. I know what to do. Legally, always. That's what I'm talking about here in all these videos, legally. They took my career away. They helped with that effort, along with estate millionaires, etc., other stalkers, etc. It's just two specific people. And it's a damn shame. I really liked the guy, and I was trying to promote his music and help him out, and he didn't ask me to, and I just did it for free. I wasn't asking nothing from him for it. Thought he was a talented dude, really trusted him, really liked him. No problem. He didn't have to ask. I just put it out there, made him famous. People loved it, and he was talented. So it's a damn shame that a jealous woman ruined that friendship and the opportunities me and that dude could have had in the future, doing different music, whatever we could come up with. I even thought about maybe I could raise a little money for him and he wouldn't have to work full time and he could do more music. In other words, don't just ask him to do more music, really help him have the ability to do more music by raising money to give to him so he could do music. I really had that intention, I'm telling you. This is how much I liked and respected this guy. and how talented I thought he was. This dude deserves to make it. He's better than 99% of professional bands, this guy, and the other guys that played with him. That I've heard anyway. Why not help him? I wouldn't get shit out of it again. So here we are again, back with the Skype call of her pretending to be him. Started off with a lie, Your Honor, my relationship with this person who just had to ruin my life however they could. So just a jealous, sad woman. And my buddy allowed all this to happen and sat back and let it all happen. My buddy that I made famous. All he had to do was step out and say, that's my music. He would have been a star. He would have been a millionaire. Him, not me. I didn't try and be his agent or something. I want a cut of that. Nope. Just wanted to help the man. So much I respected, liked him, how talented I thought he was. And I really thought he was a friend. I made one joke about a girl in a room with me, and they took it to that level. We need to destroy this man's life now. I don't care which one of their ideas it was, they both took part in it. All I did was make that guy famous. And I deserve that? I defended him when people talk shit on his music and lost videos. That was the first vid that ever got taken down, was his music video. Because a trolling campaign was going on, Your Honor, and they all came and talked shit, because that's what they were paid to do by millionaires. And when I defended the man, they said I was mean to them and took the vid down. That was the first vid that ever came down. So I was mean to the people that came to the video that I did not ask to come, that YouTube allowed to come, allowed a trolling campaign to be deployed, talking shit on his music. I'm the one putting my face and voice out there to defend him. This is my repayment for it, what I'm telling you now. Them trying to did ruin my life in many ways. And they're not the only responsible party. The website's responsible for allowing the trolling campaign. The website's responsible for working with the millionaires as well and doing their bidding, no matter what laws they had to break. So she continued with this argument that I'm ugly. I told her things like, I'm surprised, my buddies, even with you, you don't seem like the kind of woman he would be with. And I told her basically that, of course, you have to ruin one of the best friendships, best musicians I've ever met in my life. You have to ruin that relationship. Of course you do. So I assume this is what happened next. This is a guess. I guarantee something happened next with that specific woman contacting this website. I guarantee it. I bet my life on it. Do I have evidence of it right now? No, but I'm giving you the backstory. We'll get the evidence with subpoenas, what they said to the website, etc. When they come back and tell me they don't have those records, I win. Anyway, so I assume she took part of that conversation where she was calling me ugly. We weren't talking about scamming people or anything like that. We were talking about her accusation or her insult that I'm an ugly person and how could I get a woman. And I was defending myself. One of the things I also said was, would you like a picture of my last girlfriend who's 15 years younger than me? I don't remember. Would you like a picture of the one before that who was, 12 years younger than me? Would you like those pictures? And she could see which women I've been with. And, just regular pictures, nothing crazy. Of, I still have pictures in a shoebox of old girlfriends, just as a memento, memory. I could show this. I've shown you those pictures of women I used to be with when I was a young man. On camera, on many websites. So I could have easily sent this woman some pictures and she could see the type of women I was with and if I was an ugly guy or not. If they thought I was ugly. Or if women think I'm ugly. Or repulsive or whatever. She didn't want those. That wasn't the mission. The mission was to destroy my name and destroy me financially. So, I assume what happened next, this is theory, She contacted the website with me explaining to her how women have responded to me and what they've said to me over the years, and said, this guy's scamming women out of money. Look what he's saying here. Of course, I guarantee, and I'm talking about a Louisiana gumbo, I guarantee that, now I forgot what I was going to say. I guarantee she didn't give the full context. That's a Louisiana guarantee from the bayou eating gumbo. I guarantee she didn't give the full context of the conversation. And that's why I'm going to sue your ass. And I'm going to sue this website's ass. And I'm going to sue Google's ass. Because Google came at me and took a Google account away for scamming on this person's word. I'm sure I can get my text back from Skype of the call between us. And I guarantee when I subpoena YouTube and say, hey, what did she turn in? What did she give to you guys? Let me see it. I can say, well, all this is missing. This is what you went with? Really? Just me defending myself because she called me ugly? Guarantee she left the ugly part out and framed it as, look, he's scamming women. Look what he says about women. No, that's what women said about me. And I was going to show her pictures of prior women I've been with. Because if we want to have a debate on something, let's really debate it. But I didn't realize at the time, I was very hurt and crushed, honestly, that this male friend of mine did this to me. So as I'm speaking to her, I'm very hurt and crushed. Which I probably never admit before on camera. I really liked this person, and I really felt like a brotherhood with him. And I respected him because he was one of the few humans in this fucking world that has real talent like me. We could have done wonders if he could have just been a man and said, honey, don't do this, what you're doing. Don't do it. It ain't right. He sat back and allowed it like a coward. Despite how I treated him, what I did for him. Despite me defending him. Tooth and nail on a website. To the point I get blamed for responding to shitty trolls that they allowed millionaires to fucking deploy. That's me. That's him. The guy sitting there as a fucking coward, letting the woman fucking ruin my life as he sat back. So I assume she took that out of context, sent it to YouTube. They saw this like, oh my God. And look how crazy he is on camera. So this must be true, right? He's got to be just out here to scam, right? Was I scamming when I was reading every word of legal documents, Your Honor? If the scam was just take money from women, it would have been my shirt off all the time. I would just be all about it. It wouldn't be detail work like court documents, every word read into the record. Because that's how transparent I want to be. I want context. Unlike the people you listen to and then defame me, YouTube and Google and other places, which I will sue as well. So I assume that's the way it played out. And I got labeled a scammer because I defended myself against some jealous woman who thought she was going to lose her man or something because he was going to become a famous musician, which he would have become. I also told her this in the message, because I'm an elephant, baby. I never forget, especially important moments like that. I told her, because I knew where this was coming from. I felt the evil. I felt the jealousy. I felt the fear. I felt the patheticness. I said, if he loves you, I said it out of the blue. We weren't even talking about it. because I knew what it was about. Because humans are predictable. I said, if he loves you, you don't got nothing to worry about. He's going to stay with you no matter what he becomes or is. Did any of that get through to her brain? Nope. She was on a mission to ruin Nick. That's it. That was the mission as her man sat by. The man I defended and got in trouble for. The man I made famous without asking for a penny. So I assume that's how it went, an out of context transcript of some sort, which I will try and get, and they'll say they don't have, and they'll try and defend that person instead of doing what's right after they've defamed me and broken the law. After they've gone off the word of liars, now they see, we made a mistake. He's not what any of these people said he was. We got played, but we got to keep on the same course because we've already done it. And there's millionaires that want it done, and there's still stalkers that want it done. And they think they have evidence. They don't. So, what was the goal of everything in this scenario coming from this sick woman? The goal was, if I was a scammer, if I scammed her in some way, because she's the one that reported I'm scamming, right? Why didn't she try and recoup anything scammed from them? Because that's not what it was about. It was about ruining me financially, getting me off the website. That was the goal. Not recouping any scam that was perpetrated against them, recouping any damage from a scam that was perpetrated against them. No, the scam was perpetrated against me when she contacted YouTube and got me taken down with out of context remarks. And that YouTube was all too happy to take as evidence. We'll see if in court you were all too happy to take it into evidence, if you should have been. You shouldn't have been. Because I was the good guy in that scenario. Getting a knife put in my back. And you helped that. And you cost me money. If I cost you money, you'd sue the shit out of me, right? Of course you would. Without hesitation or mercy. But I have been merciful. I allowed it to go on for far too long because I had an endeavor to run. I was on a mission myself to get the truth out there. Just the truth. Not the conspiracy theorist right-wing truth. Just the truth. We found a lot of it in many different cases, didn't we? That was because of me pushing. No matter what. And that's the only reason. No one else was capable. And I know that now. Anyway, so again, this is the point I really want to make. What was the point of her actions? What was the intention, Your Honor? The intention was to ruin my reputation and ruin me financially. That's why. I'd like an unspecified amount from those two specific people, which I will decide in the future. The mission wasn't to recoup any damages from any scam. Obviously, they never filed any charges. The intention was to ruin my thing, my endeavor, my career, my source of income. YouTube aided that. Went on false information. And to this day has not restored my first channel. I guess they're still labeling me as a scammer. And when they took the channel down, there was a nice message for millions of people to come and see with YouTube's name on it that said, violated scamming practices. Google sent me a message, violated scamming blah, blah, blah. Still have it all. It's a big deal to me at the time because it was my income you were taking away, Google. My rep. My income and rep you were taking away, YouTube. You think that's a game? We'll see in court if you think it's a game. So yeah, you were damaging me, so why would any of you care? You're all millionaires, right? Got billions to play with. Okay. Then you can't cry poor in court, can you? I'll remember that. Anyway, because the damage you've done to me, irreparable, lifelong, can't be fixed. No matter what you pay me. And that message is to third parties and to companies. Can't be fixed. Damage done. Even if shit gets taken down, allowed to sit up for years just to defame me. Intentionally. Community guidelines not applied. When they call me a rapist and murderer. Without saying it's theory. That's how you decided to do that. I didn't force you to do that. Don't get mad. Don't get upset. In the future, when legal things happen, don't get mad. You chose that path. So again, the end goal of musician's fiance at the time, God knows what happened to him. I don't know if they got married or whatever the fuck happened with him. Who knows? I decided that day, then and there, never to speak to either of them again. They're dangerous to my life. Can't have them in it. Can't have them anywhere near me ever again. Anyway, the point was to ruin me financially. The point was to ruin my reputation. YouTube took part in that. Google took part in that. Other third parties took part in that. Therefore, you are responsible. Therefore, you are liable. That's simple. What evidence is there, Your Honor, of that intention? No charges filed for scamming against me to recoup damages from scamming by anyone. Ever. That's the evidence, Your Honor, of what the intention was. When a woman sues a doctor for negligence after her husband's death, but she doesn't file charges, what's the intention there, Your Honor? Just a question for the judge. The intention is to get paid, not to file charges and get someone criminally held accountable. Otherwise, they'd file the criminal charges. Therefore, you know what the intent is. Your Honor? Anyway, part 1450, I don't know, whatever's next.